Good evening, everybody. Good evening. This is Black Sage D here, and how you guys doing on this Super Bowl Sunday? I know many of you guys were thinking that the 49ers was going to take home the championships, but it looks like they blew they they blew a 10-point lead, and now the Chiefs are having the last laugh. So, yeah, if you guys from Kansas City, you know you have a lot to look forward to this weekend. So, yeah. So, I want to get started here. Hold on. So, I want to really talk about this one issue because this is going to be a short live stream here. So, Sony. You guys are full of surprises, aren't you? Woo! Just before, I was about to do my own thing, just when I was just about to return home, sit down, enjoy a nice evening, I look on Twitter real quick and I saw this article. So hold on. Let me show you this article real quick. All right. So we're looking at this right here called The Last of Us Part 2 is Naughty Dog's first game to feature nudity and sexual content. Hmm. Now, funny because last time I checked, Sony implemented a censorship policy not too long ago in 2018, saying that they were gonna input strict regulations with regards to sexual content, right? So I'm just gonna look at this article right here. The Last of Us Part 2 is said to be the first Naughty Dog title to feature nudity and sexual content. What does that mean for the game? Well, The Last of Us is a beloved series that gained a large die-hard following from the community mods, being voted the best game of the decade by fans on the PlayStation blog. A sequel has been desperately sought for years. The news of its delay last year was disappointing for many, but the public goodwill behind it is enabled Naughty Dog director Neil Druckmann to comment that it will make fans proud when it finally arrives. The reception to the game's delay was mostly positive, with many having faith in what Naughty Dog could do, especially with what we know about the sequel taking a much darker turn. It certainly seems like we're going to be getting something more mature this time out from The Last of Us Part 2. Imagery available via the official website for the sequel. You can see that the ESRB rating has a mature slash 17 plus rating. In of itself, this isn't major news for the series. This is the exact same rating given to The Last of Us and The Last of Us Left Behind, is DLC. Where it differs, however, is the accompanying content of the accompanying content descriptors of the rating. Where The Last of Us has sexual themes, Part 2 is tipped to have both sexual content and nudity. The gulf between sexual themes and sexual content might seem minuscule, but there's a difference. There's a definite difference between the two. As the article goes on to say, sexual content is non-explicit image depictions of sexual behavior and possibly including partial nudity. Sexual themes, however, is references to sex or sexuality. What this will actually add to the story is yet to be seen. Whether this will enable Naughty Dog to give an even more true-to-life depiction of an apocalyptic world, I can't speak today. A more Whether this will enable Naughty Dog to give even a more true-to-life depiction of an apocalyptic world, or whether it will allow Ellie to explore her sexuality through the player, are all potential conclusions we could draw. I have confidence that Naughty Dog will use their tools respectfully. Respectfully, huh? Okay. Other than the rating and the content descriptors, little is actually known about the story of the upcoming sequel. Both Ellie and Joel return, with the former superseding the latter as the protagonist. Bruce Staley Bruce Straley, the director of the original game in 2013, spoke to GameIndustry.biz about narrative design. When asked if the games could be compelling without shooting mechanics, he said, "How can I create a rich enough world to allow for interesting core mechanics? We have to put the players in a position to be engaged with overcoming obstacles. To me, personally, as a player, I want something fresh." And that's where the article ends. Now, let me get back here. Okay. So, what we can go by is the fact that Sony seems to have a little bit of favoritism towards Western developers here. And the recent censorship policy has mostly targeted Japanese developers. Now, again, I would have no problem with this if it wasn't for the blatant hypocrisy on display here. I don't want to go on a tangent. I'm going to go on a tangent here. How in the world is Sony going to implement a censorship policy that censors third-party developers like Senran Kagura and, let's say Dead or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball 3, but yet they'll allow all these Western developers to get away with so much and give so little? See, this right here, it really fucking kills me, the blatant hypocrisy that's going on here. Tell me, how is this fair? How is this fair for anybody to get their content restricted, yet Sony can allow their first-party developers to pretty much run carte blanche across all fields? I guess this is because, the games like Senran Kagura, they're aimed towards men. If it's something directed towards men, it pretty much goes. It pretty much is subject to censorship and restrictions and all that. But if it has to be directed towards a quote unquote progressive crowd, then all of a sudden it gets praised to high heaven. And let's not beat around the bush, man. The Last of Us is meant for a certain type of crowd. The Last of Us Part 2 is mostly made for the quote unquote progressive crowd, let's say. And I just find it jaw dropping that Sony can allow this shit to happen, yet games that are far more tame in comparison, like Senran Kagura and Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball or Super Neptunia, they get the ban hammer almost, and it just absolutely fucking kills me right here. And you know what else is killing me right here? You got Sony fanboys defending this shit to no end. Yeah, you got Sony fanboys literally defending, Sony's censorship policy. And, I'm going to call people out on this, because I'm petty like that. So, hold on. Because I'm petty like that. So, let me bring this up right here. Hold on. Let me go back to the screen right here. So, let's see. Yeah. So, all right, and we can see this guy Sick Humor TV right here. Yeah, okay. This guy's Sick Humor TV. The guy basically said one game has image. So I posted this, my response. Everybody can see it right here. And this guy is a major PlayStation fanboy, almost to a sickening degree, because you got a whole community of people called the Crumb Side here, right? Hold on. You got a whole bunch of people in the Crumb Side that are basic, and the Crumb Side is basically, a bunch of fanboys talking about, console wars and shit. And keep in mind, these are like 30 to 40-year-old men, 30 to 40-year-old grown-ass men with gray in their beards, with children, with full-time jobs, literally going to bat for $1 billion corporation. And this guy, Sick Humor TV, he is probably one of the biggest PlayStation fanboys out there. And I'm petty like that. I don't really give a fuck who sees this, cause I'm petty like that. I'm gonna call all of them out. This guy has been basically on a roll defending the fuck shit that Sony's been doing for the past couple of years. He's been against crossplay. He's mostly defending Sony's censorship policy, and he's just, he's overall defending Sony on the fuck shit they doing instead of calling them out. And the guy says here, as you can see here, one game has images that can be misconstrued with kids, and the other is full of adults. What don't y'all get about this? Sick humor. Last time I checked, Ellie was about 14 years old when the first game started. And what I can see here, and I played the first game, Ellie literally decapitates, maims, tortures, and literally just goes full on psycho on grown men twice her size. She has done literally everything she can to basically murder people. And it is brutal in the first game. So you think that's okay, but you don't think that same girl in the bikini, that's too much for you. And bro, this shit is not real. Like, it's not real, bro. Like I could understand that not everybody's into that sort of thing. I'm personally not. But if you don't call out censorship for what it really is, then they're not going to stop there. They're never going to stop. And then me as a PlayStation fan, I gotta call this out, man. I refuse to Sony to go down this road. Like, I don't understand why PlayStation fanboys don't want better for Sony. Censorship, no matter what type of game it is, it's not okay. It's not okay at all whatsoever. And I'm getting really sick and tired of these Sony fanboys defending this shit. Meanwhile, they have a well-known sex pest in their midst. Yeah, and as much as I want to call this individual out, this guy shall not be named because he's on a false flagging spree. But you could kind of guess who he is. I don't really need to say names, but you know who he is. And this guy recently has been accused of sending unwanted sexual advances towards women in their direct messages. But yet, people who are into these sort of games like Senran Kagura, they're the problematic ones. They're the pedophiles here. Like, the dude has been even accused of sending nudes to 16-year-old girls. So you fucking ask me how that can be okay. How you can, and keep in mind, this dude even fucking defended him. Hold on. So, y'all dudes have been, he also been defending this dude to a T. He said, y'all dudes be having agendas reaching out of the side of y'all assholes because y'all have a problem over plastic boxes. Let's be real here. Let's be honest. Y'all dudes what y'all really do is mad about. I'm not going to say his name, but I stand with you, homie. Fuck these clown ass niggas. Sorry. So let's talk about this for a second. Hold on. Let's just go back here. Okay. So, man, where do I even begin? Like, dude, you're going to bat over a dude that literally is sexually harassing women, and the first thing you want to bring up is some dumbass console war? Like seriously, you're going into some dumbass console war over something as serious as some dude literally sexually harassing people over the internet. Like, y'all PlayStation fanboys be fucking killing me here. Y'all would defend the fuck shit that Sony be doing from sunrise to sundown, yet y'all out here defending this dude. Y'all defending this dude like he your homie or something. It's like, dude, if he really your homie, you gotta call this shit out, man. You You can't let the fuck shit slide. No matter what, real friends call each other out when they do stupid shit. So it really frightens me how like the Sony fan base is pretty much fallen. I'm sorry, I'm at a loss for words here, because how in the world can you sit there and defend a known sexual, like a guy who's pretty much a sexual predator? They have the receipts. This is not just a case of hearsay. They have they have receipts of this. And the PlayStation fanboys who keep defending this individual, y'all just as bad as the Xbox fan base. I'm sorry, you guys are. You are just as bad as the Xbox fanboys you routinely clown. But at least the Xbox fanboys, at least to their credit, at least those dudes actually excommunicate the people who are a liability to their cause. They excommunicate the people who are an absolute liability to their fan base and their reputation. You got dudes from the Xbox camp that be doing some fucked up shit. They out of there immediately, dog. And to me, that earns me more respect from them. But y'all PlayStation dudes, y'all getting a little bit too comfortable here with this bullshit that's y'all doing, man. Y'all getting a little bit too comfortable right here, man. You know, you can't defend censorship and then turn around and then also defend a guy who's been literally sending nude pictures, unwanted nude pictures at that, creepy messages to women over the internet. Listen, man, I would take 1,000 anime girls in bikinis than this creepy ass dude right here sending dick pictures towards women, man. Shit floors me. So I know y'all some phony. I know many of y'all will call me an incel for basically saying this. I don't give a fuck. I think that I'm not really gonna support Sony anymore if they keep doing this censorship bullshit. I'm just not. You can call me an incel all you want, man. Look, I don't play these types of games. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. But I'll be damned if I'm going to let Sony dictate my gaming habits because, you know, they feel that they need to appeal to woke Twitter. So that's the blatant hypocrisy right there. Like I said, it's not going to be a long video here, but it certainly is going to be, it certainly is just, oh, I'm sorry, man. This shit get me so heated, man. Hold on. How you doing, Earl Princess? Let's see. Hold on here. Yeah, I'm just letting off some steam right here. Hold on. Yeah, you got Discord. If anybody watching this got Discord, you can come on there and I can hit you up immediately. So hold on here. Hold on. Yeah, man, cause like I said, man, this shit right here basically it floors me because Sony is really strict on these censorship policies, yet they allow you know, literally nudity and sexual content in a game that is one of their biggest games of this generation, pretty much. They allow that, but you know, they won't allow, you know, a butt cheek to be shown in Dead or Alive beach volleyball. And keep in mind, this goes way bigger than that. You know, if you defend censorship here, how the fuck are you gonna? How it's never gonna end. It's never gonna end at just that, because next they'll be going after violence. So you gotta ask yourself this, man. How are you going to defend censorship of M-rated games like that? How are you gonna do that? Man, this joint, man, ooh, this really pissed me off to the point where I'm at a loss for words here, ladies and gentlemen, because it's like Sony is on some mainstream hypocrisy right now. So that means that game developers are getting preferential treatment over Japanese game developers. And keep in mind, the ironic part is that Sony themselves is a Japanese studio. They are a Japanese company. How in the world are they able to betray the Japanese developers like this is beyond me. Man, that's right. Listen, I'm probably one of the biggest Sony fans out here on these gaming streets. I've been owning the PlayStation since PlayStation 1. And I'm telling you right now, I can't in good faith support the PS5. Not with this. Just not with this. Not with this policy and the hypocrisy going on here. I can't do it. Video game dealers, shut the fuck up, man. You know what, man? This is exactly what I'm talking about right here, man. You got people who are so busy trying to say, "Wham, wham, Sony censored my anime games." This is nothing to do with just anime games in general. You're missing the fucking point here, man. It's the principality of the matter, man. Look, I personally don't play these fucking games myself, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't play these games, but I'm not gonna sit here and defend the censorship of my hobby when we literally had a Supreme Court case blocking this. We literally went to bat fighting censorship of gaming, and now you got people defending this shit because, well, it's a woman in a bikini. So what's the big problem, you incel? You see the problem with that? Yeah, because the company who is in power of controlling all of these third-party developers, yeah, they're not gonna follow their own rules. Rules for thee, but not for me. Yeah, but I'm the stupid one here. Okay, all right, fantastic. Yeah, y'all keep telling yourselves that, man. It feels like people are missing the fucking point of this issue, and it seems like people are missing the fucking point of this issue, and they're over here trying to attack people who say, "Oh, what's wrong, you incel? You like anime titties? Well, you can't get a real woman?" If y'all can't see the issue with this, then either you're too stupid to even live, or you're just too far gone. I'm sorry. It's just there's no excuse for this whatsoever. And I don't care how many snarky comments a video game lover would make, or anybody would make, man. I'm sticking to my guns on this. I'm not buying a PS5, and that's strictly because of that policy. I'm not gonna invest in a platform that's gonna treat me like a child. Like, I understand, games not having like overt sexual content, but these are games that are cheesecake at best, man. I just, and you damn right I'm raging like an SJW, because if that means that I don't get censored games, then by all means, yeah, sure, whatever. Let me be an SJW then. I don't care anymore. I just can't. I can't take this no more. And I don't really care what the PlayStation fan base call me, man. I'm so over that now. So when I say something, when I call out censorship, it's not because I hate gaming or I hate PlayStation or I'm a hater or anything like that. It's because I actually give a fuck about gaming. And keep in mind though, I was pretty much I'm just coming from home, playing video games on the PlayStation 4, mind you. I'm sitting over here booting up my PS4, about to play some games when I saw this bullshit on the internet. about The Last of Us Part 2, and I just have to call it out, man. So, like I said, this is not going to be a long stream. So, yeah, that's all I have to say here, folks. I just find this massively bullshit right here that people are gonna, defend everything about Sony's censorship policy, but not only will they accept this going on in The Last of Us Part 2, they can accept all the stuff that's going on in The Last of Us Part 2, but they can also accept, a known sex pest rampaging around the Crumb side, around the PlayStation fan base. So it is what it is, man. That's all I have to say. I had to get this off my chest. And I just want people to wake the hell up here, man. I'm not trying to be like this dude who's just like a rapid incel. Oh, you only like women being butt ass naked again. No, I'm not like that. But what I'm saying is that Sony definitely does need to change their policy. That's massive hypocrisy right there. And if y'all can't see, if nobody can see the problem here, then I don't know what to tell you, man. How does it look when Nintendo of all companies are treating their customers more like adults than the quote unquote mature system in the Sony fan base and PlayStation? Like how do y'all see where I'm going with this? It's like you got so many people calling Nintendo, for kids, Nintendo makes toys, Nintendo is for children, yet they're treating their game, like their console, like they're treating their consumers, their customers, like grown adults here who can actually play, mature third party games. Yet Sony can't extend that same policy there. Like, you have nothing to worry about here, Sony. You know what I mean? You have nothing to fucking worry about here. It's like I feel like Sony's definitely changed for the worse, and that's mostly because it's this social media in general. But I'm just rambling, at this point I'm just rambling. So, like I said, it's not gonna be a long video here. Just gonna put my thoughts out there, and you know, folks, I want to get y'all opinion on this. What do y'all think? Do you think I'm just this raving SJW here, like Video Game Lover keeps saying I am, or do you think I'm actually telling the truth on this issue, and that Sony definitely has Sony is definitely hypocritical in their stance on this issue? So let me know right now. I'm just gonna sign off, and you can like, share, subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Get a discourse going on here. Do you think that Sony censorship policy is justified, or do you think it's bullshit? So let me know right now, guys. I'm just gonna end it right here, and yeah, you can like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.